Yo, what's up guys? Biscuit Boy here, back with another Beyblade YouTube video, and apologies right off the bat. My nose is stuffy, I'm cold, it's 3 a.m. I'm ill, bro. I don't even know I'm uploading this right now. I don't even know I'm editing this thing right now. But yeah, today we're gonna be going through a tournament I recently participated in. So today's video, we will be encompassing the Beyblade Zombie Store Championship that I took part in today. Actually, the same day that I'm making this video is the same day I participated in the tournament. It's a Zombies Gaming Cafe Store Championship. So this contributes to like the OPE leaderboard, which I guess like entails like nationals and, you know, like national qualifiers and stuff like that. If you've been on my YouTube channel before, you know what I'm talking about, but if not, I'm gonna leave like a leaderboard type thing right here. You can go check it out. It was a standard 3-on-3 deck, but you had the choice to have like 5 bays. So my bays were Phoenix Wing 160 kick, I had Cobalt Dragoon 960 elevate, Tyranno Beat 760 taper, I had Wizard Rod 360 hexa, and I had a Drum Buster 560 point. For the majority of my matches, I'm not gonna lie, I just stuck with my main deck. I really like black and red, you can literally see right here. So obviously, you know, I have to run my black Cobalt Dragoon, my black Phoenix Wing, and then my red Tyranno Beat. But that's really all I have to say, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video.
And so for my first matchup, I'm actually playing against Harry the Haze, but there can only be one Harry, so we're going to decide who is the better Harry. It's going to be me, not him, by the way. He's checking out my 5 bays, I checked out his 5 bays. I am primarily just running all balanced type bays with like balanced type bits. My Wizard Rod is actually in Hexa right now, and this is because due to the shifting in the meta, it is not really as viable running Wizard Rod on Ball now, purely because there's so many attack types now. Shark Scale's out, Samurai Caliber's out. They're all just so good and effective at pocketing stamina type bays that you kind of have to adapt by playing more defensive type playstyles, or if you can't beat them, join them, which is why I'm currently just running all attack / balance bays in my main deck, as I'm running my Phoenix Wing, my Tyranno Beat, and my Cobalt Dragoon. And my Phoenix Wing is actually on kick right now, and I'm playing against his Phoenix Wing on low rush. And you will find that kick often does outperform low rush in terms of stamina, purely because kick can actually recover from being destabilized, whereas low rush, once it tilts, it just dies out, especially in late game. Now in this matchup, I actually could foresee where my opponent was going to shoot his bay, which is why I just flat launched it, hoping to ride the rail as quickly as possible. Didn't expect to burst him though, I was trying to aim for a pocket, but either way, 2 points for me, I'm 3-0 up. I'm playing against a Hover Wyvern, I believe, on kick, and I'm running my Tyranno Beat on 760 taper, because Tyranno Beat has great defense due to its shape, it also has great down smash attack, and I'm running on taper for added stamina, but also because it's slightly aggressive, and 760 for an additional weight buff. Only problem is I am playing against Hover Wyvern, which is one of probably the best attack types right now, and it just manages to make me scrape and lose. For the final matchup, I send out Dragoon, and I'm tilt launching against this Hover Wyvern because Hover Wyvern's shape makes it incredibly hard for Dragoon to spin steal. So I opt for a more aggressive playstyle, which ends up paying off for me as they both unite into the middle, and his bay flings into the pocket, and luckily mine just slightly evades it. After winning the first matchup, I'm now playing against Back to Bay, who runs an Aero Pegasus on Elevate, and I'm running my Dragoon on Elevate, so I am tilt launching because Dragoon actually has an imbalance in its mode, whereas Aero Pegasus is more evenly distributed within its weight, which means that when it comes down to an LAD battle, I will most likely lose, purely because I am just like slightly off balance. So I do try to offer a more aggressive playstyle. Unfortunately though, it doesn't seem to be paying off, and he ever so slightly just gets that spin finish on me. I would like to note that despite Beyblade taking a degree of skill and tactical thought into account, sometimes you do have to actually just acknowledge that there is luck involved. But for this next matchup, I'm playing against Shark Edge, so I go for the reverse extreme dash to kind of hide away. But unfortunately, my Phoenix Wing just kind of creeps back out into the main stadium, and I get pocketed right off the bat. So far, it's not looking great for me. It is 0-3. We go for our third base, so I send out my Tyranno Beat, and I'm playing against a Hover Wyvern. Bill's team is just getting better and better and better, as the meta kind of just like changes. I go for my Tyranno beat to kind of cushion some of the attacks. This is kind of like a rematch from the last match I actually played, where I was playing against a Hover Wyvern and a Tyranno beat. But in this instance, Tyranno beat is able to just tank those hits from Hover and outspin it. We go for a reshuffle, and I knew he was going to run his Aero Pegasus, so I deliberately chose Cobalt Dragoon because I wanted to prove that I could beat it, not on LED, but just on pure aggression, which I did, and it was a great battle. I'm glad that I chose my iconic Cobalt Dragoon. That is my staple bait after all, so I'm glad it worked out as it did. Now, going up against Robzilla87, I did notice that a lot of his bays had great LED, which counters my Dragoon so much. So he's got a Cobalt Dragoon on Elevate, he's got a Pegasus Blast on Level, and he's got Nightmail on Hexa. So I was picking and choosing my battle wisely, which great for me because this is 5-a-side. So I actually put forth my Wizard Rod on Hexa to kind of counteract his Nightmail. And you see this matchup right here. And the great thing about Hexa is because it's a balance bait, it takes attributes of all different kinds. So it mixes stamina, defense, and attack. And as you can see right here, it has great counterattack alongside defense. I didn't get pocketed, but I was able to pocket him. I'm currently 2-0 right now, but take note of how I launch my Phoenix Wing. I'm very heavily tilt launching it, and I ride the reverse X rail, and he jumps in my line of sight. And because I was tilting, I managed to explode him, which made me win 4-0. In round 4, I'm playing against Beanie596, and I send out my Phoenix Wing again because I'm currently on a roll. I go for the reverse X dash again, especially on that side of the stadium. It's the easiest tech to learn, one of the easiest techs to learn especially. And I'm playing against a Hover Wyvern again. I managed to just ricochet it so much because Phoenix is just a weight bully. It weighs so much and has such a great shape, so it can just body other bays, especially Hover Wyvern. And because I'm on kick right now, I can deliver devastating blows whilst also maintaining spin rotation. Now, in a perfect match, I would throw out my strongest attacker first, which would be my Phoenix Wing, in hopes of getting extreme, and then my Spin Stealer in hopes of getting the 1 point to finish it off quickly. But unfortunately, I didn't win an extreme in my last matchup, but I did manage to get a pocket with my Cobalt Dragoon. But now for the final matchup, I send out my Tyranno beat, hoping to just kind of finish off what my other base started. And Tyranno beat does not fail as it just gets that extreme, making it 4-0, cleared. I'm actually 4 wins up and 0 losses, same record as Plim Plim Plon, aka Louis, who I'm playing against. We both are using Cobalt Dragoon. He did just mid-air me though. And fun fact, I actually gave him the hand-me-down parts that he's running on his Cobalt Dragoon right now. And you know, because he's my little bro, what can I say? So we run it back, and this time, dude, I don't know what's going on. It's like I forgot how to play Dragoon or something. It's like this Louis guy, he's getting in my head. I pocket, it's cool. I get in his head as well because watch this. He then rides in there as well. It's like, dude, we don't know how to play the game. Like, both of us are just like brain dead or something. We've lost all brain cells. Run it back once more, and I can't lie, after a while, it's like, call me racist. They just look the same. All the Cobalt Dragoons in this matchup just look the same. I don't know who's who's right now. All I know is that Louis is using a Ripcord. I'm using a String Launcher. I will say I am a Ripcord user myself, so I personally believe that Ripcord generates more stamina and more power, whereas playing on String Launcher generates more control. So I actually did just get outspun right there. I could tell because I got the pink tip. We'll go for the next matchup, and I throw out a Phoenix Wing. He throws out his Shark Scale, attack versus attack, except my Phoenix just decides to grow wings and just fly into the pocket as if there's like some magnet or something in there. I don't know what's going on. Oh well.
I'll start with the ball. In 8th place, we got Hi-Fi 17. Woo! In 7th place, we got Baymac. Woo! In 6th place, we got Back to Bay, Bill. Woo! In 5th place, we got BD596. Woo! In 4th place, we got Initial. In 3rd place, we got Borat. In 2nd place, we got Biscuit Boy. In 1st place, going undefeated in Swiss, we've got Plim Plim Plon.
Of course, I made it into top 8, but this time I'm vengeful because Louis just beat me. So I'm playing against Baymac, and I'm so sorry, Baymac. I had to take it on you. I had to just like go full throttle, like aggression. So I actually put some fake bays, well, not fake bays, they are in my team and they are all legit. But I put them in my deck box because I wanted to confuse him. So I thought he would think I'm running Drum Buster and Wizard Rod. But in reality, I'm not running those. So right now I'm actually running my Phoenix, which I then sent out. And he's running a Shark Scale. This is like my unluckiest matchup I've been playing so far. But this time I'm bloodlusted. All I see is red. So I'm playing and I'm withstanding some attacks from Shark Scale. And the thing with that is Shark Scale, even though it has great attack, I don't think it has the best stamina. And since I'm also on kick right now, I can just kind of like tilt. And I'm not going to like fall to the ground just yet. I will be able to like restabilize. And this alone gives me the slight advantage to just stand back up and win the spin finish. I now send out my Tyranno Beat, and I think I'm playing against his Aero Pegasus. I believe it's on Rubber Excel. And Tyranno Beat, people just sleep on it for no reason. Everybody says, oh, it's a mid-tier blade. And okay, I'm not going to lie, you are not wrong to an extent. We do not sleep on this. This is great if you put it on a balanced setup like Taper and 760. I'm telling you right now, 760 bodies other bays. Watch this. Just watch the way that I'm just tanking hits, swerving away. And I managed to just kind of circle around his Aero Pegasus and eventually just outspin him. Next up, I'm playing my Dragoon, which I am basically just going to flat launch. I see where he's going again, and so I'm just trying to ride that extreme rail, and it didn't hit initially, but after a second time of riding the extreme rail, I managed to pocket him. Now, because this is actually top cut, we are playing up to 7 points as opposed to 4. So on the reshuffle, I then send out my Phoenix Wing, and he sends out a Shark Scale again. I'm basically just going for the same tactic. Phoenix Wing has a great shape in terms of attack, but it also can just tank hits due to its weight. Shark Scale, on the other hand, I wouldn't say has a particularly great shape for tanking hits, but I will say it's really good at delivering explosive blows. But if it doesn't pocket me, then my Phoenix is going to win purely on stamina alone. Next up, I send out my Cobalt Dragoon, and I did actually soft launch it against his Aero Pegasus. I was trying to flat launch it because I was trying to go for the aggressive play, but the cool thing is, because I actually soft launched, even if I don't get the pocket or the extreme, because I soft launched, I can then just get the spin equalization, because when you soft launch a bay, you are actually spin stealing from their spin rotation, as opposed to if you hard launch and they soft launch, they are stealing off of yours to get spin equalization. And if I can just spin steal off of his bay at the very last moment, then I can win. So it is actually better to soft launch with Cobalt Dragoon, but also because it's less recoily that way as well, so you're less likely to get pocketed. This is actually the match point right now, and normally I would say that Tyranno Beat loses to Phoenix Wing on stamina, but because I've added Tyranno Beat to a 760 Ratchet and on Taper, which also has great stamina, I'm able to just out-stamina his Phoenix Wing, and I end up just clearing Baymax 7-0. But that was a really fun game as well, and Baymax is one of my rivals, but now that I've beaten him, I'm now playing again against Back to Bay, who is my other rival. And I send out my Phoenix Wing right off the bat. He sends out his staple Bay, Aero Pegasus on Elevate, I believe. And we're just going back and forth. And if I can't beat him on attack, then chances are he's just going to out-stamina me, because Elevate has great LED and great stamina. Now, I send out my Cobalt Dragoon, but I'm tilt launching it because I'm playing against a Shark Scale. And Shark Scale, oh my god, that thing is so hard to spin steal off of. So to kind of counteract that, I've basically just like developed my own like launch tech against Shark Scale, where I basically just tilt launch the hell out of my Cobalt Dragoon in hopes of just being able to out-stamina Shark Scale purely on just stamina alone, as opposed to just spin stealing, because it's so hard to spin steal against Shark Scale, especially if it's on an Elevate. Luckily his was on, I believe, low rush or like an attack bit, so it made it a lot easier for me. But damn, that thing is hard. That launch style, I could only develop from just pure experience alone and just playing against Shark Scale, because otherwise I would have just treated that like any other attack type. But moving on, I'm now playing a Tyranno Beat against a Wizard Rod on point, and it's kind of expected. My Tyranno Beat does just get outspun, but we go for a reshuffle. It's currently 1-2 right now. I send out my Tyranno Beat again. I'm playing against a Wizard Rod on point again, I'm actually really glad that we're having this rematch again because my Tyrannobeat was not satisfied with that loss earlier. So I'm going in for those heavy like down smash attacks. It's just kind of bullying Wizard Rod this time. So the outcome of this match is definitely not looking the same. I did almost pocket Wizard Rod there, and now I'm kind of just like trying to out stamina it. And because I'm on Taper, I think Taper has a little bit more stamina than Point, and also Tyrannobeat has a relatively round and oval shape anyway, so I'm not surprised that it did actually outspin it. I've once again evened the score. I'm going in for a reverse X dash again, or just like a drop launch, and I literally just boom him right into a pocket straight away. So the score is looking like it's about to be 4-2, and I'm just doing some victory laps around just to kind of flex a little bit. Now in this matchup, I sent out my Cobalt Dragoon, but notice how his shark scale is pretty much just facing opposite the extreme zone. I thought he was planning to ricochet off of the wall and just pocket me right off the bat, so I tried aiming to counter it, and it actually works out for me because I get the pocket. It's currently 6-2 right now, so I send out my Phoenix Wing against his Wizard Rod again, and that's just like I almost pocket him there. Unfortunately, he just jumps back out, but luckily for me, he just drained all of his stamina, so I still get the spin finish. And obviously, good sportsmanship, we fist bump. It was a great match. Now, this is a match I am not looking forward to. I'm actually playing against Typhi, who, if you've been watching my channel, you know he is my boogeyman. He is my bogey. I just cannot pick him, bro. I cannot win against this guy ever. He did just actually just pocket my Phoenix right off the bat. I send out my Dragoon, and I think he's playing Wizard Rod on Hexa, so I do try to go for that more aggressive playstyle. You can see I did tilt launch. Dragoon's catching the extreme rail a couple times. I'm really just trying to go for a more aggressive playstyle, and I tip him over and then into a pocket. So it actually works out for me. But notice here, I actually wasn't trying to pick up the bays because the boy, who's the one judging, he didn't tell us to pick up the bays yet, and I don't want to like accidentally pick up the bays when he hasn't said so. So both me and Terrell were very hesitant to just pick it up. This is actually a failed launch on my behalf. If you see right now, I'm trying to go for the nub on the extreme line, and I just actually overshot and missed. But it's not all bad because I am running my Tyrannobeat right now, and his hover did actually jump into the pocket, jump back out. But Tyrannobeat is tanky as hell, so I know I can withstand some hits, and I do, and I managed to just get the spin finish on him. We go for a reshuffle, and I lead with my Tyrannobeat again, considering that it's just doing so well for me. He sends out the shark scale, and I'm kind of just lingering on that top bit for a bit. And you know what? I lose to Terrell so much to the point I've actually asked him for tips. If you notice there, I think he called it like a double drop launch or something, where he does like a drop launch and then his bait dips down into that little like bowly area, and then it dips back up into the other side of the extreme line. He can actually do that on command, which I think is so cool. So I have actually been asking him for tips and tricks on how to like, you know, just perfect more like launch techs and stuff like that. Because honestly, every single time I play against him, he just like bodies me every time. I am a little bit glad that I did lose against Typhi though, because I get a little bit more blading, but also it just reminds me that I need to lock in, man. I'm playing against I_initial I. He literally made my Phoenix Wing take flight and fly out the stadium, and I had to, you know, obviously get revenge. So I sent out my Tyrannobeat because this thing has actually just been carrying me this whole time. I actually won another store championship with my Tyrannobeat, and I was using on 970 point. But I was so sad because I forgot to bring my tripod that event. So it was actually at Zombies as well, and it was like, I took a whole month hiatus and I came back and I won, even though I hadn't played Beyblade in so long. So Tyrannobeat, I think, has just replaced Wizard Rod on my main deck. Like, I prefer it way more. I think it also just takes a lot more skill to use, and it's just a really fun day overall. And it's not too broken as well, which is what I like. And yeah, so it's currently 1-1. Tyrannobeat obviously got that win for me. It never fails. It just does not disappoint. I'm playing against a Wizard Rod on 960 Ball, and if you didn't know, Cobalt Dragoon 960 Elevate was made to basically just counter Wizard Rod on Ball. So I'm basically just countering him right now. I'm spin stealing off of him, and because I have more LAD as opposed to Ball, Ball is more susceptible to just tipping and then scraping at the very end, making it easy for Cobalt Dragoon to just pick and get those easy spin finishes against Rob. In this matchup, I'm using Phoenix Wing, and I'm very heavily tilt launching it right now because I just want to stagger and build up that power, as opposed to my opponent who kind of just flat launched it and it just drained all of that strength and power off on the extreme line. I can reserve power and then deliver devastating blows at the end of the match. I send up my Cobalt Dragoon, and I am tilt launching because I'm playing against I believe it's a Samurai Saber, and I think it's on level as well. And level also has really great LAD, which is why I was hard launching and hard tilt launching my Cobalt Dragoon, because I'm not necessarily trying to spin steal off of Samurai Saber right now. I am just trying to outspin it on pure stamina alone, because the LAD offered by level can sometimes, depending on what build it is, can sometimes outspin or even counter Cobalt Dragoon or Elevate, which is why I was just trying to go for more aggressive gameplay. But I have to emphasize that it only sometimes counters it, because in this instance, I do actually get the spin finish. And whilst I will say, yes, Beyblade does involve some luck, that's not to just say that you can just launch it however willy-nilly. Like, you do have to really think about this tactically. I had to think about that, and I had almost like a contingency plan in the back of my mind, thinking that if all else fails, you know, I do have the LAD that I can rely on from Elevate to win that matchup. But I've just guaranteed at least second place. I'm going for first though. It is in the finals right now, playing against TIE Fight again, who's won all of his matches. TIE Fight just made me hit a special move, unfortunately. I feel like Sora from MFB, because it's like I'm pulling off these special moves, but I just can't land them. I haven't perfected them. My Phoenix just spun out the stadium. And now I'm throwing out my Cobalt Dragoon against a Wizard Rod. But because it's on Hexa, it's also got devastating like counterattack and just like extremes me. And it's so bad right now. I'm 0-5. And I sent out my Tyranno beat against a Hover Wyvern. And dude, like, I got bodied. TIE Fight is 100% my boogie.
Okay, Bladers, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Now, let me announce from third, no, actually fourth. From fourth, we got Plin Plin Plon Louis. Stop following me. He's got biggest applause. On third, we got Initial. Never mind, I lied. And then, okay, first we got Terrell. And then Sensei. We've got Anna second. Woo! Okay, so first Terrell, what do you want, Terrell? I wonder.
What are options?
Buster.
I'm lying.
Second, Harry, what do you want? Clear Drake or Nightmare?
Ooh, I'm gonna take Nightmare.
Okay.
I don't have.
Never mind. You get Clear Drake instead. Unless you want Pegasus Blast. Yeah. And then for you, Louis. This is right. Okay, we need a picture of you guys.
Yeah, we got our pictures taken. It's really cool. Standing, these are the winners, top 4. I look depressed because I just lost to TIE Fight twice and I got extremed and I got 7-0'd. And then there's just Louis, bro. He looks like an ex-convict.
Thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube video. Unfortunately, I didn't come first, but bro, that's calm, man. I don't really care too much. I do kind of care. I'm kind of coping right now. I wish I came first, but I'll take a second place. It's not too bad. I think I've gone back up to third place on my local leaderboard, which is really cool. And I think I am either first or second in the UK or just in London on the OPE leaderboard. So, dude, I can't lie. I'm happy regardless. I have been cooking, man. TIE, shout out to him. I think he actually might be #1 in London right now. But let me just say, I'm going to say this. I think because I qualified for nationals already, check out that video if you haven't seen it before. I think because I've qualified for nationals already, it doesn't like add points to the OPE leaderboard. I could be so wrong. If I am wrong, then apologies. But I'm pretty sure because I've already qualified, it doesn't contribute to like my OPE standing. So technically, in theory, I've still got a couple more wins. But on paper, he is #1 in the UK. So I'll give you that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, or my YouTube video rather. Please leave a like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments section down below what you liked or disliked about this video. Everything helps. Any like type of feedback helps. yeah, that's it really. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.